Today, in the nerdy news you need to know about, Fallout 5 is reportedly greenlit. You'd hope so. Pokemon is teasing an announcement for next week, and The Last of Us Season 2 just scored a bunch of Emmy nominations. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the Hispanic heartthrob Texas Street Latino heat, clicking heads and ripping them shreds, globetrotting, headshot, rootin' tootin', three-point shooting, nitro rifle from twitch.tv, Andy Cortez.
Damn, you haven't said it in about 5 months, and you crushed it.
Yeah, I haven't hosted with you in a while. I haven't hosted something.
Hey, it's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you. You're looking good.
Good
outfit. Why didn't you tell me to wear the bomber with it, you know? You called me last night. You begged me to wear my nitro rifle sweatshirt. You cried. And then you tell me to wear the bomber jacket with it, you know?
Yes, over the weekend, I ordered a little Domino's pizza.
Yeah, you did. Did you feel like you were cheating on Pizza Hut?
Well, I mean, Pizza Hut understands because of the distance. It's one of those things where
sure.
Hey, you know, if you're gonna drink inside the house, you know, that sort of thing. You know,
they're cool parents.
Yeah, we're cool parents. And you know, the pizza was like, "Hey, congratulations, pizza's delivered. Go have fun."
Oh,
looked outside. I was like,
"Pizza there?
Where's the pizza at?"
Yeah.
Walked around to the house. It's the usual suspects.
I hate it.
Usual suspects, not there.
Yeah.
Oof, this is bad. Go back inside to get my phone. Come back out. Looking. Oh man. All right, customer
see
service.
A guy in his car eating a pizza across the street.
Customer service. Give him a little buzz.
Yeah.
And they go. It's just like an automated thing, and they go, "Hey, how can we fix this? You know, we're sorry this happened to you.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk to customer service? Oh, we'll just give you like a little voucher for a free medium pizza.
Yeah,
that you can get.
Is that what you ordered?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I'll take the voucher for the free medium pizza, whatever. Get the voucher. Domino's car pulls up, and I was like, I didn't say shit to the guy. You know?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
It was his fault.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You hit the button too early. You're done.
Yeah.
As you know, this is always one of those fun things when we talk about how I'm going to die on this chair one day. This is the chair.
Is that the good one?
No, not the cushy seat one.
Yeah.
I don't like the cushy seat. Makes my ass too hot. I got a big hat. You already know how hot I am. Touched me yesterday. So imagine all that contained
really
in the ass area on it. No, this is the one that's got something going on with the leaner, where it's like it's just it's flirting with disaster. And one day it's gonna get one of us. It's Russian roulette out.
It's gonna be a good clip for sure.
It's gonna be a great clip.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the times, you know, we talk about door dashing or delivery, and then there'll be some psycho in the chat who's like, I haven't eaten out in the past year. You know what I mean? So I know we're in a different thing. We live in a big city, we do it. But it's the same thing with me and DoorDash or whatever, where when I get there and I see the car drive by the house and keep going, and like we have a little bit of confusing directions, but I write them out in full with like photos sometimes even. Like the amount of times I'm like, fine, fuck it, and I'm right into the app, and like they DoorDash just refund. I'm to the point now that DoorDash doesn't automatically refund. They're like, hold on a second,
you're trying something.
Give us some more information, and then they give it to me. But the amount of times I do it, and then 10 minutes later, some bewildered delivery driver walks up with the thing or whatever. The one time this is a creepy one.
Oh,
one time I ordered. Jen was out of town. I think it was one of the family emergencies. I'm already on the ropes. You know what I mean? Ben, we wake up, and I'm like, you know what, Ben? We slept in. We had a rough night, whatever.
Ben, order something. Go.
I'm like, let's order. We're gonna order a breakfast, which we don't ever do. You know what I mean? Let's order a breakfast. And like, I was like doing chores, trying to get him ready, and like, it's delivered. And I look at the photo they did, and I'm like, I have no idea where this is. This is not my house. This is not whatever. And it turns out they were so bewildered that they went to the house next door, didn't go to their front door. They opened like their garden gate and walked all the way to the back of their house and left the food outside of their like bedroom door. Like I got a text the next morning like, hey, we just woke up and there's food out here labeled Greg. I'm like, yeah. They're like that. They came to our bedroom. I'm like, you can't be mad at me. I didn't give them those instructions. But I was so happy that I didn't go for it because it was that thing of like, this kind of looks like the tile work of my neighbor, but like I was like, I'm not going to trespass into this situation.
That looks like Bob's landscaping.
Yeah. Looks like Bob naked in the bed back there. I don't need the BLT that badly. Guess what? We're not here to tell you DoorDash stories. We're here to tell you what the nerdy news you need to know about, because this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every week down a variety of platforms, we run you the nerdy video game news you need to know about live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Of course, podcast services around the globe. If you like that, we'd love you to pick up a Kind of Funny membership. $10 a month gets you all of our content ad-free. That's more than 80 episodes a month. And of course, it gets you your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a 15 to 20-minute daily podcast that adds up to 4 hours of podcasting exclusively each and every month that we call Gregway. It also gives you good karma. We're a local small business. Help us out. No bucks tossed away, no big deal. Like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, go watch that Tiny Chef video. And of course, remember, if you're watching live, go to youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, where you can super chat to be part of the show. Then you can ask questions about the news. You can comment on the news. You can even say stuff like Paul H8243 did. Birthday tax. A new Vegas 2 is more enticing than Fallout 5 at this point, but I'll be there day one either way. You're part of the problem, Paul H, but happy birthday. I appreciate...
See you in 8 years, 9 years.
As you know, I am a big Greg Miller fan. But as you also know,
I love me some me.
I'm a big Kind of Funny fan. And so it's always a treat when I'm not on a show, because then I get to listen to the show. And I really, really, really appreciated it and was enjoying yesterday's Games Daily when it was Bless and Mike. And Bless working on this idea that's slowly building that one day, just at random, he's going to have a birthday celebration for somebody. Because he gets the birthday taxes, and sometimes he doesn't even say happy birthday to the person. But then one day he's going to have the party poppers. He's going to have the cake. I like that a lot.
We're going to go a little too far with it.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be the worst is like that'll be the day we don't get a birthday tax, and we'll have like a clown waiting over there. And all these balloons. Like, oh, no. Housekeeping for you, of course. We're an 11-person small business all about live talk shows. Thursday is the most important month of the year returns. Thursday, the most important month of the year returns. Still in the middle of July, but click on this link, Kevin. What with the Thursday, the most important month of the year returns. Oh, I know what this is. Donktober, everybody. That's right. Donkey Kong Bananza is out there, and I guess Barrett and Blessing are coming back together one more time, as Barrett Courtney has skeeted. BS'd. That's Blue Sky Tim. The most important of the month returns Thursday, Donktober, with Blessing and Barrett. Strap in. Today, after Kind of Funny Games Daily, you're going to get a Gamescast. It's a shit list. Every Nintendo 3D platformer ranked. After Gamescast is Roger beating Andy's ass in a 1v1 quick scope / no scope Modern Warfare 2 challenge.
Just know I have some problems about all of
I'd
this.
like to hear, I mean, I know you're going to air them during the thing, but this has been building quietly that you're 1v1ing Roger in Call of Duty. I've seen this on the calendar. We had to move days at one point because of X, Y, and Z. But then I heard today there's some chatter out there from you. You were chirping that this isn't actually what you agreed to.
Well, you know, hey, Andy, you can't wear that hoodie. The hoodie that was sent because of you. You can't wear it on the, you know, it's my hoodie. You can't wear it on the same days, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, we're going to 1v1 for this.
For the
Quick
hoodie.
scope, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I'm like, nice, dude. I'm down. I play Call of Duty with Mike and Nick and all that.
You sure do.
You know,
Jabroni boys.
Play some Modern Warfare, whatever map. He says Rust or Dust or one of those maps, and I'm like, cool. I'll play on Rust or Dust. And then you know, someone like Mike's setting it up yesterday, and he's downloading, you know, the 2009 video game, and I'm like, what? I was like, well, I've got to play keyboard mouse, and they're like, no, it's controller. Like, well, why would I even agree to this? That makes that. I'm in no position to, like, you know, what do I get from this?
I never want to judge anybody too harshly, but Roger's a stone cold son of a bitch. All right?
I don't
know what I mean? Slithering in the grass, waiting to strike. Yesterday, he didn't even come to work. I think he was on a jet ski. I'm not sure what he was up to.
I saw him jet skiing. Now that you mentioned it.
You know what I mean?
I looked out in the distance and I saw him. So, yeah, we're going to do this, but I'm going to dominate anyway, you know. Going to dominate anyway. Doesn't matter what up.
Rootin'
And I'm like, Roger, I thought we were just gonna do keyboard mouse. Like I thought it was gonna be the current Call of Duty game or whatever. And he goes, no, you need to prove. No. You need to prove that you could beat me on any battlefield or any.
Sure.
I'm like, well, I never said I could beat you in the first place.
Yeah.
So I'm playing under protest.
I appreciate that. I think you're still gonna win.
If I lose, then I'm gonna 1v1 him in Valorant. And then the tiebreaker.
We could do. I was gonna say we could do like you choose a game, he chooses a game, then I choose a game.
Tiebreaker Nidhogg.
I was gonna go probably Luminous, but yeah.
Oh,
Who can get the higher score?
is that out already?
No, but I mean, there's other Luminuses.
No way.
I fucking hate you. I dislike you. Really? PSP, brother. Luminous Electronic Symphony on the Vita. Back touch. There were fucking killer combos out there.
Back paddles? They had back paddles back in the day.
No, just they had a touchpad. It sucked.
Yeah.
If you're a Kind of Funny member, today's Gregway is going to be a Q&A or not. I don't know. I haven't recorded it yet. My dad called me in the car. If you support you'll get one. All right, it'll be great.
That's the Gregway.
Yesterday's. This just means there's more time to go to Patreon and leave your comment in the chat. Leave it on the post. If you're a YouTube member, leave it on the YouTube. If you're a Spotify, you know what? Fuck it. I'll pull from yesterday's Spotify comments. Go to Spotify right now and leave a comment over there.
The Gregway's just gonna be. No, I'm on the way to work, Dad.
That was an episode of PS I Love You once. I forgot to edit that out. If you supported $25, our Kind of Funny happy hour is happening today at 3:15 p.m. If you're unaware, that is a Patreon exclusive perk for our $25 members, where of course we give you an hour-long, if not longer, podcast where you get to call in and talk to us. It's like a radio show where we take your calls and answer your questions. Cozy Bears got games. Everybody has fun. Except Ignacio Rojas. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney the Psalm Twining. Today we're brought to you by Shady Rays, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin the show with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. Time for some news. 7 items on the Roper Report.
A baker's dozen!
That was quality, Kevin. Gold stars for Kevin in the chat.
Near the end, kind of Shakira. You know what I mean?
Tell me one more time. Why don't we host morning? Lost in my eyes.
It's just like it.
God, where is she? What if we did that and then she came out and sang?
For the birthday. For Zoe's random birthday text.
All right, Shakira, we need you to come in for a birthday. Okay,
Cameo.
Cool. Whose birthday is it? Oh, we don't know yet. Someone has to tip that.
We'll
day
find
with
out.
it. Number 1, Fallout 5 is now reportedly fully greenlit. This is Cameron Koch over at Gamespot.com. Fallout 5 has reportedly been officially greenlit and development is moving forward. Though who exactly is leading development on the new installment in the series is currently unknown. The report comes from the latest episode of the Xbox 2 podcast, where Windows Central Executive Editor, Jez Corden, discussed how Xbox is handling Fallout as a franchise moving forward. However, he didn't know what studio would be developing Fallout 5, as he believes Bethesda Game Studios' core teams are currently busy working on additional Starfield DLC, and The Elder Scrolls 6. Corden said from what he has heard, part of the forward push for Fallout 5 and Fallout in general came at the expense of ZeniMax Online's next MMO, codenamed Blackbird, which was canceled as part of Microsoft's latest round of layoffs. As Corden explains, MMOs are expensive to build and have to compete with established games like World of Warcraft and even ZeniMax's own The Elder Scrolls Online. With that in mind, Microsoft made the decision to cancel ZeniMax's unannounced project and invest that money into Fallout, an established IP that would be more likely a quote-unquote surefire win. Quote, from what I heard, it was a case of, do we want to sink a ton of money into getting this Project Blackbird to a point where it can compete with the established players in the market, or do we want to allocate the investment towards making Fallout 5, end quote, Corden said. It is worth noting that Corden states that he doesn't have enough information to write a full story about Fallout 5 or who may be developing. So it's worth taking the information above with a grain of salt. Project Blackbird was still in pre-production when it was canceled, but no official details about the next game from the Elder Scrolls Online dev have been announced. It had reportedly been in development since 2018, ran on a new game engine, and was to be a new sci-fi IP. Development on the game was said to have been going well and had begun ramping up, with higher-ups at Xbox seemingly approving of the game just a few months prior to cancellation.
We're getting so close to the right thought process to be there. Because, like, you know, to have this insider, whatever, saying, like, hey, rather than keep on dumping all of our resources into a game that...
A gamble
in a crowded market already, what if we just said, like, screw it already? So, like, we're 2 steps, like, we just got to move, like, a little bit behind, and then we'll be there at, like, well, should we start development on this thing or work on something else that is a bit more of a...
have people at ZeniMax Online working on Blackbird.
Yeah.
Because shockingly, everybody, the fact that it's hard to make an MMO stick isn't new to 2025 or 2024 or 2020 or 2010. Exactly. Like, we have seen many MMOs come and go because they are incredibly hard to do and takes a very large investment. I would even point at Fallout 76, right? Of like a more modern, and I know is an MMO, whatever, but a more modern online game that you're going to, and how long it's taken to get that from this thing fucking sucks to, oh, it's good enough. Yeah, no, I enjoy Fallout 76 for what it is.
If Fallout 76 was 6 months into being released today,
now,
done. Like that's something that would just get scrapped, right? Now the thing that really bums me about Project Blackbird,
you almost said it, mama.
Everything that we've heard about it, MMO, sci-fi shooter, third-person shooter.
Yeah.
Just like it's kind of got everything.
But here's the thing, bro. You got Dune. Go be Duning. There's your
I need more enemies in Dune.
I need you to be Duning and Gooning. Oh, you'll get them.
I need more enemies in Dune. More
Batista
enemy types.
will be there soon.
The what?
Batista will be there soon.
Really?
Sure.
They're adding him
for the next movie,
to the eShop. So for Fallout 5, I mean, duh.
Yeah, exactly. Fully greenlit. It would be like one of those like, and again, we're talking about what does fully greenlit mean? What is Bethesda, Microsoft, Xbox? What are they calling fully greenlit? What is Jez reporting as fully greenlit? Not that I'm saying he's wrong, but this is coming down the wire in multiple forms where you have to imagine Fallout 5 has been in some kind of pre-production for quite some time. Like we knew this was coming. This was going on. But
it's not only the fact that, of course, we're going to make a new Fallout game. Duh. Of course, it's one of our very, very popular IPs. But, you know, on the back of the show getting very, very popular and finding a massive new audience and seeing the success that comes with releasing a game, and even Fallout bringing, you know, all the concurrence we saw with Fallout 4 and all of that. Like,
and 76, yeah.
You see exactly what happens whenever all these new fan bases come in. And so it is a no-brainer. And you know, part of me is like, all right, this is kind of a nothing story except for the fact that Project Blackbird and ZeniMax, that's the whole sort of equation.
In Super Chats over on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, I need to know your take on what you want out of Fallout 5, what you want out of Starfield DLC, because that's still happening. And of course, what this all means if you would have sacrificed Blackbird for this, or if you would have even been interested in Blackbird before then. El Captain 2293 Super Chats and says, honestly, I don't care. They are sacrificing a bunch of studios and projects and only concentrating on big IP now. It's crap.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a bummer either way, because people are being sacrificed, because studios are being, you know, terminated, because people are losing funding. All of the bad stuff that happens because of these, because of, you know, any sort of executive saying, all right, we gotta, you know, tie these things up here, and, you know, we need more money up top or whatever. I don't disagree with that statement, though. It's like, we knew that this was going to happen anyway, and the fact that other people are likely suffering to make this thing better, I don't, you know, until we get the full story, maybe 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, of what teams are working where.
Yeah, and how many people are sticking around, right? There was yesterday the whole story from the ZeniMax Online union.
Yeah.
Being like, right now, nobody's laid off, but we are expecting them to come. This is going to come at the expense of people's jobs.
We can then come back and revise this episode.
Of course, yeah. Look for the annotation.
A year from now.
You know what I mean? This conversation here, they're only concentrating on big IP now. It's crap. I think you've seen this writing on the wall for a long time across the video game industry, right? Where people are literally, I mean, Embracer, right, was literally like, we are going to exploit the franchises we have. And you see, I think, everyone doubling down. This is almost, stick with me, because you could demonize what I'm saying as I'm defending Microsoft when I'm not. Fallout as an IP, I think, is interesting, where it's almost the fucking Dark Knight, right? Of like, die the hero or live long enough to become the villain, where it's like, they're only focusing on big IP. Well, yeah, but again, like, look at the success of all the Fallout properties around the Fallout show, and how, again, ridiculous it was that there wasn't a new Fallout to go along with that. And again, why I think when Fallout Season 2 launches or is about to end, you're going to see that Fallout 3 remastered rumor we've had forever, in the same way you saw Elder Scrolls, where they will want you to go buy Game Pass / buy that game for $80 or whatever and get in there. And so, like, I'm infinitely more. We talk about what you want out of these different companies, what kind of games you want, blah, blah, blah. I think a standalone single player RPG that is just a Fallout is as you're saying, Andy, a way bigger surefire bet than, hey, we're going to take a shot on this MMO. Because again, even if we're talking about Blackbird sounding cool and doing all these different things, most MMOs play differently than what you'd think of a polished third-person shooter you're running around doing, right? A sci-fi single-player third-person shooter. It's the same thing of, like right now, shocking no one, I'm dying for a Superman game. I'm dying for more comic book games. And so it's like that thing of like, I want that hit, so I turn on DC Universe Online, and it's like, I love DC Universe for what it is, but this isn't what I want right now.
Right.
This bloated quest log, and I'm standing on this bridge with all these terminals, and I'm like, where did I leave off, and what am I doing? It's like, this ain't the scene. This isn't what I'm looking for.
I mean, the biggest bummer of all of this, though, for me is it'd be one thing if you cancel sci-fi, third-person shooter, Blackbird. I think those are all still kind of rumors that it was a third-person shooter at least, but I've read several people mentioning that. And it'd be one thing to cancel that year and a half, 2 years into development. This is going on since 2018. It's just so heartbreaking for these developers to have something you're working on for that long to just be done.
Snapped out of
Go
existence.
work on this Fallout game if that's even what's happening. We'll see.
Mellow Fellow says, classic Bethesda, talking about a game a decade away. And I think, again, now we always get so hung up in this conversation about the Microsoft acquisitions and how they're going to exploit Call of Duty, as you would expect when you spend $69 billion on it, right? I'm also wondering, what is the conversation between Xbox and Bethesda, and how does that look for a Fallout 5? Jez's reporting here is very clear. It doesn't know who's working on it, right? Are we seeing Obsidian get another shot with this? Are we moving this off of it? People either love or hate Bethesda games, right? But they have a vibe and they have an engine and they have these things to it, right? And so for them to still be apparently working on Starfield DLC, but of course ramping up to Elder Scrolls 6, which you assume is still how many years away, Andy? Like, when are you actually playing retail Elder Scrolls 6?
2028 is what I would guess.
See, when we start talking about 2028, 2027, somewhere in there, that's when I start going, I wonder if you time this out to be a fucking launch game for Xbox's next box, whatever that's going to be. You know what I mean? Try to time it at that.
Killer app.
That close to it, right? And of course, it would play backwards and everywhere else, but the best experience for some reason would be on Xbox.
Yeah.
Anyways, you talk about that, and if I'm Phil and we paid all this money, and again, like, Todd's been open about it in interviews. I think we talked about it on his Kind of Funny one when we launched Gamescast, right? Of like, how many more years does he have in the tank for being the guy, right? When you're talking about those conversations, you have to have that, hey, we bought you, and now we want the IP, and we cannot wait another decade for a Fallout game. We're already wasting time right now and all this goodwill from the show that we should have been capitalizing on. So yes, we are going to Obsidian, which would be an interesting choice, because of course, Obsidian, hands down, no argument, the MVP right now of Xbox, right? When you look at what they got Avowed, they're about to have Outer Worlds 2 at the end of the year, and we are imminent on Grounded 2's.
The sheer volume.
3 games in 1 year that are all great. Well, I shouldn't say that, I guess. What I played of Outer Worlds 2, great. What I played of Grounded, I'm interested to play more of, but I'm not I'm not the survival game guy.
Right.
But like, quality from what it looks like, great. So here you are, and it's like, do you go to them and say, cool, you've done great with Outer Worlds and all that, go do Fallout, or do we wait and see if Outer Worlds deserves a 3? Is it gonna be? But there's so many conversations to have about that, and Xbox has so many studios now that, again, I don't think you wait, or you, which is not what we're seeing right now, pour more resources into Bethesda to make Bethesda a bigger team to make them be able to go make another game side by side.
So fascinating to think about, the Last of Us multiplayer not happening on the brink of, the Last of Us TV show becoming very, very popular, and there not being a new Fallout for, the Fallout TV show kind of hitting, like, just some bad misses there, right? It's hard to predict, of course.
Of course. And I think, for me, I want to make sure I'm not having my cake or not having my cake and eating it too or not eating it too. Where it's the conversation of, I remember so...
Leave it on the table, on one half of our table for anybody to go pick up.
I have such a distinct memory of when Dark Knight was coming out, and there was the rumor of, oh man, they were making a Dark Knight game, and it was so bad that they were like, we cannot release this. And that was the death of movie tie-ins for the most part, right? Because then Batman Arkham Asylum came years later, and it was like, oh, thank God they didn't rush this to do that.
Gotcha.
So it is one of those of like, I think it would have been a beautiful coincidence, of course, to have a Fallout game, but you can't make that happen. I think you can make a Fallout 3 remastered happen. I think you can do Oblivion again that way and have that ready to go. But yeah, it's such a touch and go of like, what do you want to do in Last of Us? And again, like Last of Us, I know how many people wanted that multiplayer experience. I'm still so glad they canceled it. Because again, if you believe the Naughty Dog line, it would have changed who they are as a studio, and they wouldn't have been able to do what they want to do. If you believe me, you don't cancel a great game. That game just wouldn't have been up to snuff. It wouldn't have been a 9.5 like Naughty Dog wanted. Maybe it would have been an 8.5, but they did what they needed to do rather than force something to try to hit this. Here's what's going on with Last of Us is a zeitgeist.
And on the flip side of things, Elden Ring Night Rain is the hit 8s and 7s out of 10s and sold 6 million in the first week. Like the profit still would have been there, which is, another thing to kind of think about. Before we move on to story number 2, I want to ask you, what do you want out of Starfield DLC?
If I'm being frank, I think I want it to end. I think this should be the final one. This should be the big one. You know how much I've enjoyed my time with Starfield, but I'm not I still subscribe to all the subreddits and stuff. So I see these people who are like, oh man, this game is dead. I've put 800 hours into it, and they're not talking about what comes. And I'm like, you're off your rocker. It's
not a live service game.
That's not what it should. Like, there needs to be an end. So I mean, I would love to see. If we're gonna say goodbye to Starfield, there's so many things. I still think the menus are so ugly. I still think it's got no style in that, but I don't think you're gonna fix any of that. So it really does become. I'd want another big expansion to sink my teeth into that really revolves around being Starborn. I think that'd be the biggest thing to really reward the people who want to go through the Unity over and over again.
Damn, I forgot that's what it's called, the Unity.
No, come on now. I'll never forget. You know what I mean? I think about going through it every day. Maybe I do it again.
Wake up every day. I'm like, damn it, I'm not in the Unity right now.
Science Dog Official has our final super chat on this line of questioning. I want them to find a way to blend the Bethesda formula with the expectations set by modern RPGs like Cyberpunk and Baldur's Gate. Organic quest structures and more engaging, polished gameplay. I'll tell you what, Science Dog Official, that would be fucking awesome. I would love that. I don't think you're going to see that. Elder Scrolls 6, I'm sure, will be a great game. I think it's going to be a Bethesda game. And I think the sooner people wrap their heads around that, the sooner they will have a better time with that game. This is back to a conversation we had in the lead up and then the fallout from, no pun intended, Starfield, where so many, Mike was here going, this has to be game of the generation. And I was like, this is going to be another Bethesda game. Like, they have all this experience making this type of game, and that's what this is going to be. To get what you're talking about, Science Dog Official, would be, hey, Bethesda, keep working on Elder Scrolls, keep making your Starfield DLC. We are taking Fallout, and we're going to partner up with Obsidian, CD Projekt Red, who third-party X, to have them really put their stamp on this game and make it something different. But I would love to see that as well. We'll see what I would tell you to look a little bit at the role-playing you're going to get out of Hell Is Us. When you talk to people there and have the different conversations and the environmental storytelling and da-da-da, it feels RPG-y, but it feels way more like, all right, cool, but where are you going to find the treehouse? Where are you going to find this person you need to talk to?
It also just...
Which I know people like to Adam fall for as well. Sorry.
It also just kind of reminds me of I think the thought process that me and Roger had playing Doom the Dark Ages, where after Doom Eternal comes out, 4 or 5 years after that comes out, Doom the Dark Ages is here, and the question is, everybody else has gotten really good at making games. It's not just you all anymore. Can you all show that you are still super special? And I think Bethesda games were insanely special back in the day, and maybe they kind of kept that same level of expertise and kept that same level of magic, but everybody around them just got really, really awesome. And I think that's where, maybe back in the day, you look at their games and they stood out because of what they were, but now a lot of other people who grew up playing their games, a lot of other people wanting to make their own IP, or just, in some cases doing certain things better.
Yeah.
And to which you point to and say, oh, I wish they did this.
Yeah.
I wish they did this like Larian did with Baldur's Gate 3. It's kind of tough there, yeah.
One final thing on this from You're Wrong. Bobby Bob writes in and says, Jason Schreier is refuting Jez Corden's report on Fallout yesterday. This is what he said. Quote, Xbox didn't lay off thousands of people so they could move those resources to new projects. They laid off thousands of people to cut their overall fiscal year budget, end quote. Bobby Bob says, basically, resources weren't redirected for Fallout specifically at all, which of course I would believe as well.
Yeah.
We move on to story number 2. Pokemon is teasing next week's Pokemon Presents stream. This is Jordan Middler at VGC. The Pokemon Company has already released a teaser image ahead of Pokemon Presents next week. Pokemon Presents will return on Tuesday, July 22nd. The event will be broadcast on the Pokemon YouTube channel. Ahead of the show, the Pokemon Company has released an image of Pikachu standing in front of what appears to be a set of DJ decks and some speakers. Quote,
What? What's he doing?
Quote, the Pokemon Company International invites fans to watch the latest Pokemon Presents presentation on July 22nd. That's a Tuesday, said the Pokemon Company in a statement earlier this year. Quote, trainers can tune into the broadcast on the official Pokemon YouTube channel for the latest news and updates from the world of Pokemon.
It's going to start off
There
with
he
him
is.
looking at the camera going,
Are you ready to
hey
rock?
guys, thanks for watching this video. As you all know,
This is hard for me to make.
I've been doing this a long time, and it's time for a change. This is very bizarre. I had no idea that this image was real. I thought this was kind of a meme thing, but fascinating.
Yeah. Okay. What-
Music title?
Yeah, I mean,
it's not
it's
gonna
Pokemon. You don't even know what the fuck they're gonna do.
right, but it can't be a Pokemon Presents that's only whatever this is. This
Oh
is,
no, they're gonna talk about Za. They're gonna talk about everything.
Yeah, okay. Sleep,
Yeah.
awake.
I don't know. Like, could this just be in Za? Do you think you can send your Pokemon to work at a club and you get money from it? You know?
I hope so. God, I hope so.
Are you excited for Za?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so
Me
pumped for
too.
that.
Me too.
I mean, it's gonna, especially the Switch 2 version.
Of course, it'll
Like-
actually run.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
run good and look good.
Yeah.
I also just want a new Pokemon in my life.
Did you beat Scarlet Violet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just want that feeling again. It's again,
enjoy myself.
Scarlet and Violet was just dog shit to look at, but
Have you seen it on Switch 2? You going back? I've
I
played
mean,
a lot on Switch 2.
it runs smoother,
Yeah.
but still looks dooky when the tiling textures look like you're playing a PS2 game.
Sure.
You look at the rocky cliffs and it's just like, whoa! You didn't even bother putting rocks in the mountain to kind of like hide the tiling
break it up.
texture. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
all
yeah.
sort of the same texture, but
You expect that to be different in Za?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the environment.
Petty.
Maybe the speed.
Yeah.
The speed of how they were of the development time or whatever. But yeah, it just feels right. It feels like we need a new Pokemon. We're getting a new Pokemon.
It's time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for him.
Excited to
Very,
make my
very
little dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what this like. I'm unfamiliar with this gen of Pokemon.
Sure.
I never played. I played all of them, but only like an hour each, and then I beat like several of them.
Yeah.
But I don't really know much about this gen, so I'm excited about this area.
Petty.
What?
Petty.
What?
Paris. It's Paris. I mean, it's the City of Lights or whatever. It looks like Paris.
I kept thinking you were telling me that I'm
Petty.
petty.
Oh, no. No, I'm saying Perry.
Perry,
Like, I'm
okay.
being very français. Petty.
Is Jen excited?
No. Why?
Oh.
I mean, as much as no, she's not. I couldn't even tell you if she knows it's happening.
Mm.
You know, Jen's always so busy.
Like
I'm excited. I'm gonna show it to Ben.
That's just like the little bread place back home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's not from Paris. She's from Quebec. You know,
of course.
very different, similar, but not.
The France of the West.
Sure. Yeah. I'll give you that.
Paris
yeah.
of the West.
Kebabs writes in and says Pokemon DJ Hero featuring the 2BA Master CD.
2BA.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know
That's
what the
probably
fuck
some
that means.
Pokemon reference that you and I don't get. To be a Master CD.
Oh, 2BA Master CD. No, I have no idea what that is. But a lot of people in the chat loving that reference. It seems people are stoked about it. Does Ben have a favorite Pokemon? Asked Daniel Z.
That's a great question. He builds the shittiest teams I've ever seen in Pokemon. Because it's like the curse right now where I'm trying to beat all the DLC for
Yeah.
Scarlet and all that jazz.
Trying to get a well-rounded team.
And so like I've got my guys, we're ready to rock out there. You know, we've challenged the Elite Four. We're doing the whole. And so it's like then
he's out there with the Elon Musk Elden Ring build.
Ben wants to go out there and he's just capturing like level 7s. I'm like, we don't need these guys.
Yeah.
Man. These aren't the people or whatever.
Yeah.
So then I let him go, and then he gets mad if he sees me swap somebody out. So I got to fight lower levels. So I know that he has on his team. He's always excited by somebody, but I mean, he still pops for Pikachu the most. When we went to the toy store and he finally wanted to buy a Pokemon, he wanted a Pikachu in the little ball that you build, like the little Lego one that sits in the ball or whatever.
I've seen that, yeah.
They didn't have that. So then his next one was he settled on Bulbasaur. So he's a Bulbasaur. He runs around with and likes Bulbasaur quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, those are. I would. He still pops when he sees Pikachu anywhere, but Pikachu's the mascot, so it's kind of hard not to. And yeah, he still plays with Bulbasaur and carries him around. So yeah.
I love that. Oh my god.
Do we? And I forget. Chat, let me know. Of course, I will be reviewing Pokemon Za. Don't listen to Tim. Do we know the starters for Za, or is that going to be part of this presentation? We think.
No, we know the starters.
Do we?
It's 2 from Gen 2 and 1 from Gen 3.
Okay, hold on. I got.
They kind of like did a little slip swap.
Za starters. Why were? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, Cyndaquil, Torchic,
Tepig,
or
Totodile.
Totodile. Man, I wish I could have just named him.
Chikorita.
So
here's, obviously I look at that and I will say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Totodile. Like I'm going with Totodile. Yeah. Of course, he's awesome. My problem is, Kevin, I don't mean to make you do this on the fly. I'm sorry. Can you show me the evolutions of Totodile? Because I'll tell you what, I picked Quackers in
you're gonna love Totodile's evolution.
I hate this guy.
Quaxley.
They just okay.
He turns into a big Godzilla.
All right, this is great. This is awesome. I'm done. That's what I need to know because I didn't look ahead. Years ago when I started fucking Violet, I was like, yes, this duck that kind of has Trump vibes. I don't like the Trump vibes, but I like this duck. Awesome. And then he just evolved into this figure skater, and I'm like, I don't know you.
Yeah,
I named you Quackers, and I don't know you anymore.
Yeah. You are not Quackers.
you're not the guy I fell in love with, and that's okay. People change. We all evolve and change, and then
you
we go
change your career, and you're out here figure skating, and I don't have time.
You
for
look
anymore.
like Napoleon Dynamite in that figure skating movie with Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
and I just can't get down with that. And again, I'm not standing in your way. I want you to go be free.
Well, there's
fucking all powerful.
There's never been a bigger betrayal, I think, than from that same gen, the little fire Fuecoco.
Yeah, Fuecoco.
There's no bigger betrayal than what he turned into. Because
Kevin, can I see that evolution? I'll try to get you.
It's think of like the word fuego, Kevin, but Fuecoco, Fuecoco.
He's so cute to start. And that's why I didn't want to believe in Totodile.
Easily one of the cutest stars of all time.
Kevin, I'll drop into assets for you. Actually, his final thing. Okay. So the final one there. Like.
It's like a clown, like bald head type thing. Like.
I think he looks badass in his final thing.
It's certainly better than the second.
Yeah, Blades of Glory. There it is. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, the second one, and I'm not one of these woke people, all right? But we're kind of, is he in a sombrero? Is that what they did there?
Yeah, well, yeah, Fuecoco, yeah. So the hat that's an egg up top or whatever, and then the egg hatches in the third one, and there's a little firebird. You see the little firebird on the nose?
Oh yeah. You know what? I fuck with Fuecoco.
So the middle one though is the worst, and I'll tell you why. The middle one looks like a random enemy you would see in a Mario game you don't really talk about anymore. The middle one looks just like a thing that kind of runs and you got to hop in its head on the egg head to like weaken it or whatever. The middle evolution just looks like dog shit. I hated it.
Damn, okay.
But Fuecoco, the cutest. Easily the cutest.
Kevin, I'm tossing general. I'm just throwing a general. I can never find assets in a pinch.
I didn't like the
Can we see Quaxley's evolution just in case people don't know what I'm talking about here?
Didn't like the purple squares, chat, on the final evolution there.
Mellow Fellow says he uses it like a mic, Greg. Uses what like? So look at how cute Quaxley was to start.
Yeah.
Donald, all the way down. Okay, there you go, in the evolutions. Thank you. Quaxley's so adorable. A DuckTales character, fine. Quaxwell, I was like, I'm not vibing, but everybody's got these awkward teen years. And then, we get to Quackwavel.
Quackwavel.
And I'm just like, bro, are you a mech? Are you a figure skater? I don't know what I'm looking at anymore.
I see the mech with the little headpiece
what are we
or whatever.
doing over here?
Yeah, I think a lot of people hate on me for saying that Bulbasaur is my favorite of the OG starters.
Yeah, I only know that's bad from the Hunter Pence song we did back in the day.
But I'll tell you why. It's because he's a quadruped.
Okay.
He's got because the other, Squirtle and Charmander, they walk on 2 feet like little humans, and I like looking at Bulbasaur and being like, he's a little animal. He's a little, 4-legged creature, lizard. Dinosaur. I don't like that way more than a 2-footed Pokemon.
I was already excited for Za. Now that I know that Totodile grows up to look cool, I'm in. I'm very in.
Totodile's a very, very popular one.
Okay, good. I'm in. I'm going to do that.
Amigo Tepig.
Final chat on this one comes from Benny B. Good, who's a member for 23 months. Thank you so much. It says they did Cyndaquil dirty in the new Pokemon.
Why?
That looks just like him. I mean, come on. John Hibberd has a lawsuit against Pokemon if he wants to. Yeah, unless he came afterwards. I'm not even sure how it all
Heater v. Quaquavel.
Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. We're still running you through the nerdy news you need to know about in the video game world, but now it's time to tell about our sponsors. Remember, if you don't want to hear from the sponsors, you should pick up a Kind of Funny membership. You get all of our shows ad-free, plus your daily dose of me, Greg Miller. And if you wanted to go be Patreon member at $25, you could get all of those benefits and the happy hour today where you call in and be part of a show with us that's exclusive to Patreon. However, right now you're not using your benefits, so here's a word from our sponsors.
This episode's brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. If you don't love your shades, exchange them for a new pair or simply return worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Their team are always there to have your back with personal and fast support. Y'all know I've been outside a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Exclusively for you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Again, go to shadyrays.com, use code FUNNY to get 35% off polarized sunglasses.
Number 3 on the Roper Report. The Last of Us Season 2 just scored a bunch of Emmy nominations. This is James Hibberd over at The Hollywood Reporter. The Last of Us Season 2 might have divided fans, but the new episodes were clearly a hit with Television Academy voters. HBO's post-apocalyptic drama earned 17 Emmy nominations on Tuesday morning. While that's fewer than the first season's 24 noms, it still represents a terrific haul. Perhaps the most interesting nomination is that Pedro Pascal was nominated for Best Actor. While Pascal's performance was widely praised, his character Joel had very limited screen time, appearing in only 3 of the season's 7 episodes. Star Bella Ramsey was nominated for Best Actress for their portrayal
Close, so close.
for their version of Ellie. in the
You
second
didn't
season
even
of the
try
Rest.
it. You gave up on it.
I mean, I was like 3 swings and a miss. I got to just get on the base, you know
Portrayal.
what I mean? Plus, the show was also nominated for Best Drama. Several other actors scored Emmy Guest Actor nominations. Joe Penton, who you guys call this?
Joey Pants.
Joey Pants. Joey Pantalonina as Eugene.
Pantoliano.
Jeffrey Wright as Isaac. Caitlin Dever as Abby. And Catherine O'Hara as Gail. She better win, Catherine O'Hara.
She was awesome.
Gail was awesome in this show. The other Emmy nominations for Last of Us included Best Production Design, Casting, Picture Editing, Contemporary Makeup, Prosthetic Makeup, Music Supervision, Nonfiction Short for a Making of Documentary, Sound Editing, Sound Mixing, and Special Visual Effects.
Nonfiction, like I saw nonfiction. I was like, what of what? And then of course for a documentary, but that'd be awesome if they just thought this was all real.
Hell yeah.
That's a lot of noms.
Well earned, I think. You know what I mean? Were you divided? Were you happy with season 2?
I didn't even finish it.
God damn it, Andy.
Too many games to play, and I was...
Oh, so that's why you finished Death Stranding 2.
These were out at very different times.
Interesting.
I didn't even start Death Stranding. I mean, I kind of did. I got to Mexico.
You're going to do it again.
Got to Mexico. We'll get there later. Yeah, that's why whenever I've talked about the show, it's always just probably not from the best perspective because it's based on people's tweets. And I try to go for the more rational ones where I know a lot of people personally who are rational non-freaks and say, man, I just didn't love what they were doing with this character or this character, and this was better in the video game. But it's kind of honestly, it's refreshing to see the general audience go, okay, but like, I don't care what happened in the video game. I watched the show. I didn't play the video game. So that is kind of nice to see that, you know, this fandom is growing and maybe bringing in new people, and we're seeing numbers go up on, you know, Last of Us sales and getting this new sort of timeline, you know, update or whatever. Like, it's
the chronological order.
It's encouraging for sure.
Okay. I'll accept that. I thought the performance. I liked season 2. I had my problems with it, but I didn't. I think it's well earned on these nominations. I think Jeffrey Wright had a really good stuff in there. I like to see Caitlin Dever in here. I like seeing again Catherine O'Hara. Amazing. I can't wait to see what happens there. But yeah,
I can never even finish Andor, and that's where
you
I
don't need
to.
You know how it ends. You've seen Rogue One. What are we doing?
Don't do the Nick Scarpino.
Okay,
right now.
I'm sorry.
Don't do the Nick Scarpino.
You got me engaged. You got me engaged. You know what I mean? Did you like Andor?
I watched the first 3 episodes of season 2, and it was like, this is goated.
When Tim asked you if you've been watching Ironheart, did you laugh in his face the way I did? I'm like, no, Tim, I've not been watching Ironheart.
I mean, I heard it's good. Like, for what it's worth, I heard it's good. There's too many video games.
I mean,
Legit. And I know that we say that all the time.
Yeah.
Never, like, maybe about 2 weeks ago was like, I'm at peak mass. When I'm ending my stream, I'm continuing to play something else off stream. And then I go take a shower, and then I play something else on my Steam Deck.
in the shower.
Pipistrella. And the Curse
yeah.
Yo-Yo. Or The Altars. Or, back in Dune Awakening to get some new lighting for my house. Too many things.
Yeah, I understand a lot. Number 4 on the Roper Report, the only official John Wick game is being delisted. This is Claire Lewis at Polygon. John Wick Hex is being removed from Steam and all other game platforms this week, according to a statement released by the games publisher Big Fan Games. Quote, John Wick Hex will be removed from sale on all platforms beginning July 17th, 2025. The statement shared on the game's Steam page reads, after July 17th, 2025, existing owners of John Wick Hex will still be able to access the game via their digital libraries, PC console, and or physical copies, console. However, new purchases of John Wick Hex will not be possible regardless of platform or storefront. Big fan, sorry. I thought I could do it where I saw we don't have something I wanted, so I was like, I'll open up the other window over here, and I'll clearly be able to keep reading, and I could not because the window blocked everything. Big Fan Games statement didn't detail the reason for the game's impending removal, but given the fact that the publisher is mainly known for publishing licensed games, it's possible the publisher's license to use the John Wick IP has expired and is not being renewed. John Wick Hex is currently the only official John Wick game on the market. Andy,
so bizarre.
You dress like him all the time. How do you feel about that?
That's so bizarre. Like you would think that these things get ironed out a bit more, knowing that you are the only thing on the market. Like, I guess in these deals, there may just be a standard licensing, time period that most studios or most developers and most publishers go for.
Yeah,
it's so odd to me. I feel like this is really the only market that this happens in. The only medium. Yeah. Very, very odd.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how contracts must be negotiated and done this way. And when games were just boxed and you didn't worry about it, you sold through all the copies, and then that was the end of it, right? So it is a weird thing now of it. And I would hazard a guess we see it in movies, we just don't know it, where it's like, okay, company X is licensed to sell the Blu-ray, and then when that license expires, right, another company then picks it up and goes, but you don't know because you're just buying the movie off the thing, right? Why you might know a little bit more about John Wick Hex, of course, or have heard us talk about it, of course, is that this is a Mike Bithell game. Mike Bithell, of course, independent video game developer who's been around a long time and a kind of funny best friend from the very beginning. I put in assets a BS, that's a Blue Sky, Tim, chain from him. Pour one out and pick up a copy ASAP if you want to. This one was a weird journey. Initially polarized folks, but now it's one of the consistent favorites people want to chat with me about when I'm doing public stuff. My first disappeared game, a weird feeling. Its legacy will be that you can watch me getting my arse kicked on the John Wick 3 special features by the eventual director of Love Hurts. My pink face will echo through eternity. We talk about all this stuff, and I think we lose the human factor. So to see Mike out there talking about this, not being torn up about it, it seems, but being like, man, this is weird. We know a game that, especially for, I think, Mike doing Thomas Was Alone, Volume, these games that for some degree he owns and operates and really takes care of, something he's working on licensing for that's out of his hands. To see it go away is interesting. Of course, Mike just put out that Tron game too. Yeah,
again, it just kind of goes back to this being such a unique sort of medium, and I guess it happens in TV and movies sometimes too, or you can't.
Sure, it's removed from streaming.
Superman, or not the Superman, but the Super Mario Brothers movie. We had to watch through a certain way. I forgot exactly how we watched that during in review, but probably it is odd when you think about these creators that just want to look back on something that they've maybe done and you have to have it or else it's just not out there anymore.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Very much a bummer, Andy. Number 5, another bummer. Nintendo is aware performance may drop slightly in Donkey Kong Bananza, but says the team prioritized fun and playability during development. This is Vikki Blake at IGN. The director of the upcoming Donkey Kong Bananza has acknowledged some performance issues while saying the team prioritized fun and playability during development. In an interview with La Vanguardia, director Kazuya Takahashi responded to performance issues noticed by a journalist whilst previewing the game. Quote, "There are several factors to consider," he said when asked about the issues. "First, we intentionally used effects like hit stop and slow motion to emphasize impacts. Second, because we use voxel technology, there are times when there are major changes in destruction in the environment. We're aware the performance may drop slightly at these times," he said. However, as the journalist says, overall the game is smooth, and the points where large-scale changes occur, we have prioritized fun and playability, end quote.
Okay.
I feel like it's a non-story
Yeah.
for the most part, right? Of like, your Switch 2 is doing all this voxel stuff, and you're smashing through the floor, and you're red factioning in the time. I expect there to be a chug here and there when a lot of shit's happening.
I'm fine with a couple hitches here and there.
Yeah.
Is this article, I could look at it from both sides. I could look at it as like, oh, it's reassuring because sure, you may get some frame rate drops, and when Digital Foundry does a breakdown, you'll see it's 60 frames and the frame time graph is looking a certain way, and then when this happens, it drops down to 52, and when this happens, it drops down to 41 or whatever, and it comes right back up. But as long as it's not a consistent style issue, and on the flip side of it, on the more, pessimistic side, it's
Classic Nintendo.
Classic Nintendo. Yeah, maybe they aren't as worried about. Maybe their performance issue is different for me. It's like when you talk to somebody, you ever hear those conversations of like, oh my God, this person that lives in Texas thinks that this is a short drive. And it's like a 90-minute drive or something. Like, that's not a short drive or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, all right, that may not be a performance issue to you, but to all of us who are playing on other consoles, it is kind of egregious.
I'll wait and get my hands on it before I have a final answer. But for me, that game looks so much fun. I cannot wait to play that with Ben, show that to Ben that I'm going to be able to accept a hitch here or there.
The first
garbage all the time.
Let me ask you this, Greg. OpenCritic or Metacritic, either one, what do you think the average score is going to be?
I'm better. I'm not better. I'm bad at all of it. But Metacritic, I feel like, is more in my wheelhouse. OpenCritic always confuses me. So Metacritic.
Now, keep in mind, this is on Stoneback Mike's Fantasy League.
I know. I'm aware.
Fantasy Critic team.
So we're saying Metacritic, at the end of the first weekend or the day? It's always like that. It changes and evolves.
I would say after a week of reviews. All the reviews are poured in from all of the large outlets.
I'm thinking Ghostbusters 2, so I'm saying 89. Ghostbusters 2 came out in 1989.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, one of the... I don't know why. I thought you meant the most recent movie, and it had, like,
That's Frozen Empire, Garaka, remember?
Garaka.
Tell you what, big moment today when I was... Ben, what do you want to watch with breakfast? And he saw Ghostbusters 2. He's like, I want to watch that. I'm like, Ben, that's a big movie. We can't just watch that right now. That's a big deal. You gotta wait.
I mean, I will not take you to school.
Jed comes home like, why are you still here? You want to watch Ghostbusters 2, babe? I'm sorry.
I'll go 88.
Okay.
I think 88.
Staying right there.
You said 89?
89, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go 88.
It looks awesome. Previews were really positive.
Yeah. People are having a blast out there in DK.
Donkey Kong. Number 6, sources suggest that the staff laid off at King will be replaced by AI tools they help create.
Sick.
Fucking hell. Anonymous sources within the mobile developer King have said that the staff who have been laid off as part of Microsoft's recent round of redundancies will be replaced by the AI tools they helped to train. Speaking to mobilegamer.biz, one staff member at the Candy Crush Saga maker said that many of the level designers had been let go after spending months creating tools that would build levels more quickly. Quote, now those AI tools are basically replacing the teams, the anonymous staffer said. Similarly, the copywriting team is completely removing people since we now have AI tools that those individuals had been creating, end quote. Around 200 people are thought to have been laid off from King as part of Microsoft's sweeping cuts. But the same source quoted above suggested that the actual figure could be higher. MobileGamer.biz reports that a recent internal employee survey found that morale within King was already low. An anonymous source quoted by the site said that since cuts, morale is now, quote, in the gutter.
Jeez Louise. What, like
the expected outcome of introducing AI to these kind of things, where corporations that don't value you as a person or an employee can then go, oh, well, a machine can do it.
Yeah. And I wonder if those projects, when you're talking about having AI being trained to build levels, I'm not even sure what that means. Like
for Candy Crush, right? It's just laying out the different icons and all that shit.
Damn. I mean, tragic. This is
what every one of these corporations wants when they introduce this, right? Remove the human element and be able to fucking do this.
This is the type of story that you are terrified of and hope that you never hear about, and it's already here.
Of course. Yeah.
Damn.
It'll be interesting to see as how much worse this gets and where it goes. And again, like, I don't want to be insulting with a broad stroke, especially about something I don't know. But like you're talking about, so stick with me, and maybe I'm speaking out of school and yada yada. But you're saying here, morale was already low within King. And it's like, well, yeah, because, again, not having much information on it, but you look at Candy Crush as mobile game slop, right? Games that are just there to distract you from whatever you're doing in the parking lot while you wait for somebody to finish, whatever. Like, clearly that's what this corporation also thinks of these games. These are just spigots of money to turn on and go, right? So yeah, we don't need quality. We don't need people actually making good shit. Somebody needs to make shit because they will buy shit and you will play shit.
When do the big strikes happen? Because this all kind of reminds me of the voice actor saying,
oh, well, I mean, this is like why we're sitting there all the time rallying for video games to unionize, right? And make those calls. This is, I mean, I would assume, right, that King is not unionized. And so, yeah, there is no where to do that, to argue, to collectively bargain against this and, build in protections. Like, you can sit here and be like, oh my God, it's so stupid. Those people trained the AI. But if your boss showed up at your desk and said, your new job is we're working on this AI tool, you guys have to work, like, you would do it because it's your job, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be out of a job either way, at least go for 6 months. Or I'm sure they also told them, this won't replace you. This is going to make your job easier.
Yeah.
Now they're fucking out the door. This cracked me up this morning in a bad way, in a sad way, whatever.
This will give you time to concentrate on creative.
Exactly. The BS I just put into assets. Hey, localization industry, how's it going? And then it's all these fucked up translations from OpenAI and ChatGPT and all these different things wrong on the things they're published on, Kevin, if you can bring that up and go to the second slide, where it's like, blah, 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 blah. It's all in different language. Then Claude can make mistakes. Please double check the responses. ChatGPT said, and then it's all in German.
Oh, God.
Then this one here, sure, here's the translator's text into Brazilian Portuguese. And then they keep going on. It's like they're translating, and then the answer is being, the fucking response from the robot is translated. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is what we want. This is where we're at right now to try to save a few fucking bucks. Horrible. But Andy, I'm sick about talking about the collapse of everything we love in creative industries and the fact we're all just going to work for Amazon robots soon. If I wanted something maybe happier, maybe smaller, where would I go?
You'd go to our last story, the Wii News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Number 7, the Wii News. From game developer Horses and Saturnalia developer Santa Raganoli is accused Apple of undermining the value of sustainability of games as cultural and artistic properties after the tech company informed the studio its 2016 visual novel Wheels of Aurelia will be pulled from the App Store without clear justification. Okay. Just ripping stuff down now. Great. Via Wario 64, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake on Switch will not have an upgrade path to Switch 2 version. Save data also cannot be transferred or shared between the two versions. So buy the one you need. Invincible Versus will be playable at EVO. That's exciting for Blessing.
Whoa.
Well, it makes sense too, of course, obviously with no, it doesn't actually. I was going to say with PlayStation, but I played this at Xbox, so don't even listen to me, everybody.
How many characters do you think they'll have? Because for the demo, didn't they only have like these 5? Oh, I guess we see it right there. Look
Rexplode wasn't even in the demo I did. So
okay, cool.
He's a new guy there.
So you get one extra.
Yeah, you get somebody else out there.
Maybe 2 extras.
From Eurogamer, Cyberpunk 2077's 2.3 update is being revealed this week, and it's probably got something to do with cars. Interesting.
They're really, really hyping this one up.
Yeah.
Like, I know this is we always think that it's, it's like the Rolling Stones like farewell tours. Like, it's always going to be the last Cyberpunk update. This is the final one. But this 2.31 is one that everybody was like, all right, we have one more thing coming, and like it's actually really, really sick. And it being car related kind of makes me less excited. Tomorrow, right?
I'm not on that page anymore. Hold on. Okay, so it's Tuesday, July 15th. 11 a.m. Pacific right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You just asked me what time it is?
Yeah. I have an embargoed thing in here, and I'm trying to decide if I can do it, but I'm not confident enough to say it.
Is it the time zone in like Poland?
Well, no, because it's look at it. Don't say anything you're saying.
Okay.
I'm agreeing to an embargo of that, which is July 15th at 6 a.m. Pacific. So I'm in the clear. But then, here's what we'll do. We're going to Google. It's like, well, this is one of those things where it's like, all right, cool. No, everybody's reporting on it, so I can report on it. Great. Okay. I wonder if this is tied into the fact that Apple hit me up with an email. CD Projekt Red is announcing that Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition is launching on Macs with Apple Silicon this Thursday, July 17th, through the Mac Apple Store, GOG, Steam, and Epic Game Store. I wonder if this is all part of that, right? As they go out in one giant version, whatever the update is, make one big beat out of the whole thing.
I mean, I hope it's like content related.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, yes, this update will have content about cars or whatever, but it's like they're partnering it with this release.
Gotcha.
Because this is very much like, it's being revealed this week, and it's probably got something to do with cars. It's probably revealed to go out with the this Mac version,
Gotcha.
I assume, is going to launch with it. So there you go. Frosthaven is launching Steam Early Access July 31st. Asteroid Requiem is out now on Steam. Eden's Zero launches today on PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. Here's a Game Pass update for you. Standard is getting high on life today, I assume. RoboCop Rogue City is coming out on July 17th. Farming Simulator 25 is August 1st. If you're an Ultimate person, My Friendly Neighborhood comes out on the 17th. Back to the Dawn comes out the 18th. Abiotic Factor comes out the 22nd. Wheel World comes out the 23rd. Very excited for that one.
Wuchang Fallen Feathers.
Well, I got the Fallen Feathers, I can pronounce. The 24th, and then Grounded 2 on the 29th. And that is the end of Wii News. Let's get some super chats in before we get out. Oh, actually, you know what? There was one, not you're wrong, but Miss News. Mappy wrote in and said Guild Wars 2's next big expansion was announced today, titled Visions of Eternity.
Damn, they're still doing shit.
Yeah, it seems hype is growing and people are returning or trying for the first time. A release date is announced for October 28th this year. And then Nitro says, missed Wii News, Destiny 2's Edge of Fate expansion is out today.
What? Everything's wow.
Yeah.
Everything's happening all at once.
Everywhere. I want to do laundry with you. Cozy Bear Live in the super chat says, get ready. On this afternoon's happy hour, you will witness the next evolution of my Cozy Bear branded antics. It's going to be a wild ride. Cozy Bear, keep it together.
Keep it together.
Dane Guru 605 says Ghost of Tsushima stream idea to lead up to the new installment of the franchise. Bless plays the game, and every time the wind blows to guide Jin Sakai, Mike has to let his wind blow. And then he ends with a frowny emoticon. As if he didn't know what he was writing, and then he wrote it, and he's like, oh.
Not happy about it.
Fredo Can't Read says, SOS, I've been locked out of my PlayStation account due to a lost email. Can anyone tell me where I might find help? Email to Sony did not help.
No, they're not going to help you, just like they didn't help me at all with my $250 gift card.
Again, you could have hit me up and I could have helped you. That I can help you with probably.
Nepotism. I'm against it.
Okay, fine. You want to be man of the people. I understand that. I don't have a direct content for you, Fredo Can't Read. Sorry. But we can try. I don't know.
We can try.
Google around. It's got to happen.
One of my favorite things, just like watching kind of funny content for so long, is Greg just trying to read any of these words that like are not real words. Somebody's name or username of some
I'm bad
sort.
at reading real words, so when they're fake words, I definitely can't.
That's my favorite thing.
You know, I try. I'm out there having fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Dang Brewer.
You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is about Dane Brewer, you know what I mean? Maybe that's a real name. Dane's a real first name.
It sure is.
Brewer could be a lot. You know what? Let's
let him
start.
cook.
Hold on. We're going to go to Google. Dane Brewer. See if I can find who the fuck this person is. There's a channel. Oh, here we go.
Are you going to try to like dox this
I
person?
dox people on the show a lot.
Wow.
I don't know if you watch it a lot. I'm on the LinkedIn now. Well, you know what? Okay, hold on. 605.
Meg? No, not like Bert and
605
Meg, because that's not hard for me to
area code.
pronounce.
South Dakota is the 605 area code.
I don't know if this is legal. I don't know.
It's fine. And then there's a Dane Brewer who is a student at Southeastern University in North Carolina. I don't think that's them.
Yeah, I don't know if we should.
I'm going to back off that
doing
one.
this one.
There's a Dane Brewer has a profile on Pinterest.
Game Master Bob.
I'll find you, Dane.
He's gonna find you, Dane.
What are you gonna do, Dane, when I show up at work in North Carolina?
Game Master Bob's super chat at $2. Thank you. Game Master Bob says, if anyone enjoyed Thunderfolk, check out Frosthaven. Thunderfolk was that mobile.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Of, something I wanted to try out. Seems like a great party game, but you got to go to parties for that.
Kobe Foster, W7U, says, Superman tax, taking my girlfriend tonight to IMAX to be able to listen to Superman review. Torn borrows work. Tom borrows work. What the fuck are you trying to say? It was all normal. You know what I mean? Everyone's just writing things and then hitting send and not reading them. But anyways, I'm looking forward to you doing that as well. Are you excited? Have you watched Superman Returns yet for in review this week?
When are we doing that?
Thursday.
No, I have not yet.
I watched it last night.
Oh.
You like the movies when they're short, right?
Yeah.
This one's extremely long.
Oh no!
You see, it's a breezy 2 hours 40 minutes.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm gonna tear it a new asshole. Dcash 114. Fallout 5 leaked to Jez only so we can talk about how much we want Fallout rather than lamenting layoffs. These were clearly canceled for AI. Fuck Xbox. I mean, I think when we talk about Fallout, we lament the layoffs as well. But I understand. Everybody's mad about it. I understand. Take your time. Do your thing.
Yeah, you try to dangle the Fallout 5.
Kind of like when you're a pedophile and you get called out on it, and then you're like, well, no, but look how bad Rosie O'Donnell is. The Kooshball lady living in Ireland? She's a threat to the country? That's what we're doing now?
Yeah.
Remember when he was like, why are we still talking about Epstein? Fucking
enough talking about Epstein.
Why he's dead? He sucked. And then have you seen this other one going around? I shared it on Instagram, but there's there's more photos of Trump with Epstein than there are trans athletes in the NCAA.
Yeah, there
Great
sure
stuff
are.
out
There
there.
sure
Great
are.
stuff. The world's falling apart. But we're happy to be here to hopefully be a distraction for it every day with you as we talk about video games and all the nerdy news you need to know about. If you love that and like us, subscribe, share, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, all the different podcast services. Go over to Twitch, where if you have Amazon Prime,
you have Twitch Prime. And then hold on. You have Twitch Prime. Harmonize both of those.
Do it, please. Of course, if you really like us, pick up a Kinda Funny membership. Patreon.com/kindafunny, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, Apple and Spotify to get all of our shows ad-free. Catch me doing Gregway each and every day. And hey, come to hang out for the happy hour this afternoon if you're a $25 member on Patreon. For now, it's time to get over to that Gamescast and hear about another shit list. So until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.